Hey, what's up? It's Marco from the Marco Nation Morning Show. It's Wednesday, September 11th, 2019, and these are your trending stories today on TV 10. A married man died during sex with another woman on a business trip, and it's been ruled a workplace accident. This is a fascinating story about two of the sexiest topics in the world, illicit affairs and workman's comp. There's a guy who's only been identified as Xavier, who was an engineer for a railroad company from Paris. And back in February of 2013, he was on a business trip in France. And well, even though he was married, he met a local woman and they went up to his hotel room to get it on. But Xavier had a heart attack during sex and died. How crazy would that have been just by itself? The case has been in the courts ever since on whether or not this should be a workplace accident. Seriously? There's been a 6-year debate on whether having an affair on a business trip counts as a workplace accident. Anyway, an appeals court issued the final verdict yesterday, and they say yes, it does count, which means Xavier's wife will get a payout of 80% of his salary every year until he would have hit retirement age, and then a share of his pension after that. So, a little consolation prize for a cheating husband. Crazy story. A guy who looks just like Walter White from Breaking Bad is wanted for, yep, you guessed it, meth possession. If you ever wondered what Bryan Cranston would have looked like if he'd actually done meth and then gotten caught and had to pose for a picture for his mugshot, well, you don't have to wonder anymore because we have an answer. The police in Galesburg, Illinois are looking for a 50-year-old guy named Todd Barrick who looks remarkably like Walter White. And yes, he's wanted for meth possession and making methamphetamines. He's still at large, and hopefully they've looked for him a lot, maybe even at a small fast food chicken chain in New Mexico, or a meth lab hidden underneath an industrial laundromat, or a secluded cabin in New Hampshire, maybe even a luxury RV. Who knows where he would be, but good luck on trying to find him. Kylie Jenner posed nude for Playboy with Travis Scott. Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott teamed up for a Playboy photo shoot. The pictures will be in the upcoming Pleasure issue. Although, aren't they all pleasure issues, really? Excluding that one time when Playboy stopped doing nudes. Anyway, Kylie posted a teaser picture on her Instagram where she appears to be fully nude and Travis is shirtless but wearing jeans. And I would imagine that's the gist of the whole photo shoot because Playboy really isn't an equal opportunity employer when it comes to male and female nudity. As of last night, the picture hasn't been seen very much on Kylie's Instagram. It's only been liked 14 million times. I'm Marco. Those are your trending stories for today on TV 10. We'll have more trending stories tomorrow right here.
When you're hurting, we're here. When things are confusing, we're here. When you need answers, we're here. Brown Funeral Home. We've been caring for families like yours for generations. Since 1880. Whether you want to plan ahead or you need us now. Our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson. We're here when you need us.
Hi, this is Eric from Hagerstown Ford. I keep telling you that Hagerstown Ford has completely changed the car buying experience forever. And with a return policy easier than Walmart, Hagerstown Ford has a goal to deliver 350 cars and trucks per month. And when I say deliver, I mean deliver to you, where you are, just like Amazon does. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. The only way Hagerstown Ford can accomplish this extremely aggressive goal is to make the car buying process fast and easy. We simply refuse to play the dumb back and forth games that most dealerships want to play. There's absolutely no reason for you to waste your precious time at a car dealership. I assure you, there is no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. that can beat our price. There's no dealership that will allow you to return your new car if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely has the best price, and we'll bring the car to you. And if you don't want it, return it, period. No questions asked. There's no reason to buy anywhere else. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience and get your new ride delivered to you.
Contact dealer for details.
Let's talk trash, because when it comes to trash, you have options. Panhandle Dumpsters is a local family-owned garbage hauling company serving both residential and commercial customers with weekly trash pickup, dumpster service, yard waste pickup, and bulk pickups too. Panhandle Dumpsters will give you a free trash can and provide curbside service for just $23 a month. Panhandle Dumpsters features a fleet of quieter, eco-friendly garbage trucks, thereby reducing the noise usually associated with pickup. Switch now and save up to 30%. Call 833-DUMP-STR, panhandledumpsters.com.
If you hang the WVU Medicine sign, certainly has helped take us to another level.
He literally saved my life. It's just mind-boggling to me that he was able to do what he did.
We're able to affect much more of a difference for our patients with these resources.
Having people treated locally enhances their overall care.
They treat you great, and they're down to earth in the West Virginia way that all West Virginians treat each other.
Law Enforcement Live is filmed live with the men and women of law enforcement. All participants in tonight's show are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Viewer discretion is advised.
Available for a wall for a check on a 911 hang up. 1061.
Tonight we're riding with Berkeley County Unit 112, William Christian. Sir, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, sir. I'm Sergeant William Christian. I've been in law enforcement for almost 19 years this month, actually. Came here from Logan County originally once I left active duty military.
What did you do in the active duty?
I was a civil engineer, structural specialist.
Okay. So would it be fair to say probably at that point you weren't looking to go into law enforcement?
Actually, I was. That's kind of always my intent whenever I joined the military, was to get into law enforcement afterwards.
Okay. How long have you lived here in Berkeley County?
I've lived here for 19 years.
19. So you've seen a lot of changes, and you said you've been with the Sheriff's Department for how many years?
Almost 19. It'd be 19 this month.
Okay, all right. So in that 19 years, you've seen a lot of changes with Berkeley County.
Yes, sir.
What are some of your more significant changes that you know of?
As far as with the county itself, is just the growth, the size. The county commission's increased to 5 members as opposed to the county council has increased to 5 members as opposed to the commission at 3. The amount of businesses and homes and just people that have came into the Panhandle in the last 19 years.
Okay, so what would you say would be some of the crime growth associated with us? What have you seen over the years that, from your viewpoint, stand out?
It's kind of fluctuated as the number of bars that we've had have went down. It's affected, fight calls, things like that, because we don't have as many establishments in the county as we used to. Of course, with the amount of people, crime changes. The drug of choice have changed from cocaine, which was the most prevalent thing back in the early 2000s, to now heroin is our typical drug of choice for most users here right now. And the property crime usually comes more with heroin versus the violent crime that we had with crack cocaine at that time.
How about domestic violence? Has that been a rapid growth? Has it been just a steady growth of being on the rise?
I think the domestic violence has just risen with the population. Based on numbers, I guess would be the best way of putting that. The more people we have, the more families here, then domestics have risen over the years just by the sheer size of the population expansion.
Okay. And when we talk domestic violence, we're not talking just male over a female Would that be a true statement?
Yes, sir. I've in the time period I've been a deputy sheriff, I have worked. You'll have brother, sister. Not only the parents, but you'll have domestics can occur between siblings. Any persons who reside in the house, such as an aunt or an uncle. The way the domestic violence code is defined, it's not just simply a man and a woman. It can be any household member as long as they live there or they're related.
Okay. And West Virginia, some states have FPOs, others have another acronym for it. What does Berkeley County?
The state of West Virginia, we have family protection orders, which are the FPOs. I know that some states, because we will serve out-of-state protection orders, they call them DVPs, which is a domestic violence protection order. I've seen EPOs, emergency protective orders. So I've seen it packaged differently depending on what jurisdiction sends them to us.
Okay, so, and maybe I'm kind of putting a timestamp on myself. Back in the day, there used to, you could go to, if you didn't get along with somebody, you could go to the magistrate. At that time, heck, you could even go to their house and talk to a magistrate. And you could get a peace bond. Is there any such thing as that peace bond nowadays?
Well, the peace bond kind of, at one point in time, progressed to what was called a restraining order.
Okay.
And then that sort of went away for a period of time under the state legislature. And now we have in place what are called personal safety orders, which are essentially just a newer version of the old restraining order or peace bond.
Okay, very good. Thanks for that clarification. Because, like I said, I mean, back in the day, I knew them as peace bond. So, now tonight, when we've been out with some of the previous deputies, they were assigned to a zone or a sector. And as you alluded to your title, Sergeant, you're probably not tied down to a particular zone or sector.
No, sir, not typically. Of the 4 days a week I work, 3 days a week I'm generally the shift supervisor, or the relief shift supervisor as would be. On Wednesday nights, the lieutenant and myself overlap, and then that allows me to go out and be a rover while he's the one who's responsible for supervising the shift tonight.
Okay, very good. And talking about that rank structure, what's the rank structure per shift? What do you have?
Currently, as far as rank goes, we have 2 corporals, a sergeant, and a lieutenant assigned to each shift. In the absence of the lieutenant, such as the days that I work, where I'm the supervisor, I run the shift. If I take off leave or call out sick, then there's a corporal there, and it's his responsibility to run the shift in my absence.
Okay.
And the deputy manpower can typically fluctuate on shift based on our manning. As people retire or just through attrition, it'll fluctuate up and down, but we typically right now have between 12 and 14 personnel assigned to each shift, and the top 4 of those are 2 corporals, sergeant, and lieutenant.
So, with our viewing audience, we may have some young folks out there that are wanting to get into law enforcement. What would Sergeant Bill Christian say to those folks as they are trying to prepare for a law enforcement career? Maybe they're 18, 19, even 17 years old, looking towards the future. What advice would you give them?
Well, as far as if they're looking to do something that's going to help them prepare for it, definitely one of the biggest skills in our job really is honestly typing, because we do a lot of paperwork. I kind of equivalent to, for every 15 minutes of something really exciting and fast action happening, you're going to have about 4 hours of paperwork to follow it.
That's an interesting one. I hadn't heard that before.
So the ability to multitask, just as in right now, I'm listening to my radio, I'm watching the cars that we're passing, I'm having a conversation with you. You have to be able to really multitask, especially in a emergency situations where if we're in a pursuit or on a large call where you have to listen and watch and speak and be very clear and articulate with what you're saying.
Okay. And speaking of that, in the past few years, many of them know that I was in a law enforcement capacity, as you do, for 32 years, nearly 32 years. In one word, I was listening to you, and that's my key word, listening. I think that's a great quality for a law enforcement officer to hone his or her skills on, is listening.
Yes, sir. And the ability to communicate, to be able to talk to people, and especially to calm people down when they're excited, because tonight we may run 10 calls, and on those 10 calls, every time we go there, that could essentially be the worst thing that's ever happened in someone's life, where we may have seen that same thing 10 times this week. That is their worst moment in time, and we're showing up for it. So the ability to be able to talk to people and listen to what they have to say and give them the proper direction, you know, sometimes if it's not necessarily criminal, where we would affect arrest or citation, but if it's a civil issue, to give them the best course of action to help resolve their issue. Yes, sir. A good dispatcher who's able to keep someone calm, and they get the best information for us when we're responding, especially in situations where you have a violent crime or someone's injured. The more information that we can get, it better prepares us before we arrive on scene.
Anything on the board?
Currently, we have one deputy who is out on a welfare check. We have one deputy who has a DUI arrest right now, and then everyone else is just patrolling, or I think there's one deputy who's assisting the deputy at the office.
6:35 in the evening and already working a DUI.
Yes. I've personally gotten them as early as 9:30 in the morning. So.
Yeah. The vehicle is still there, or any Cedar County unit available for a traffic accident with no injuries. It's Gravel Road and Berkeley Station Road.
112 Berkeley, go ahead.
112, we have a two-vehicle traffic accident, no injury. It's Gravel Road and Berkeley Station Road.
Go ahead.
Our caller stated it's going to be a black truck and a GMC truck tan in color. This time it is en route. His friend was involved in this accident.
10-4, I'll be 1076 from Walmart.
Copy 112.
Law Enforcement Live is filmed live with the men and women of law enforcement.
Dave Walker, head football coach at Martinsburg High School, 7-time defending state champs. Proud to announce that TV10 and WRNR will be sponsoring Martinsburg football games home and away live on TV10. But we need your help. In order to continue this, we need your support. So call WRNR or TV10 and ask for the Walker Special. Thank you, and go Bulldogs.
Ron Hawker here. You have no idea what Johnny's goes through to bring you the best seafood around. We have snow crab clusters, shrimp, crab meat, fish, all the best seafood you want at Johnny's. It's a tough job out here, but our customers are worth it. Johnny's with 2 great locations, 1456 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, and Route 11 South in Chambersburg.
Let's talk trash, because when it comes to trash, you have options. Panhandle Dumpsters is a local family-owned garbage hauling company serving both residential and commercial customers with weekly trash pickup, dumpster service, yard waste pickup, and bulk pickups too. Panhandle Dumpsters will give you a free trash can and provide curbside service for just $23 a month. Panhandle Dumpsters features a fleet of quieter, eco-friendly garbage trucks, thereby reducing the noise usually associated with pickup. Switch now and save up to 30%. Call 833-DUMP-STR, panhandledumpsters.com.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
If you hang the WVU Medicine sign, certainly has helped take us to another level.
Evolving what we try to do as physicians and as a health system and organization is the mission of WVU Medicine, and it's an exciting mission to be a part of.
With the knowledge and the years of practice that they've put into this institution, you know, they know a lot. They can help you, and they've helped me a lot.
Having people treated locally enhances their overall care.
When you're hurting, we're here. When things are confusing, we're here. When you need answers, we're here. Brown Funeral Home. We've been caring for families like yours for generations, since 1880. Whether you want to plan ahead or you need us now. Our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson. We're here when you need us.
Right now, we're headed to a traffic accident. It was reported with no injuries in 2 vehicles. We're actually the closest unit. We're probably only about 5 miles away. Go ahead.
112, there's a correction to that information. The accident involved a black truck and another vehicle that the caller did not have a description for. Our caller is going to be arriving in the tan GMC truck.
Temple.
It's a new route for me. I haven't been on this one.
Yeah, this is Brown Road. Takes us back and we'll tee into Mouth of the Opeckin Road, and then we'll make a right and it'll take us down to Beddington, where we'll then go out to Scrapple that way.
Okay.
I think that's one of the benefits of having a lot of time in the county is you learn the cut throughs and the shorter routes. And it's also kind of a benefit of if you work a zone for a lot of years that you really get to know the ones in that zone better than, because you're only remembering half the county that way.
Yeah.
One 12 RP will be 1097.
Proceed to route.
Not sure anything else. Check
now.
Oh, okay, so, alright, so you're not involved? No. Alright. No. Alright. You have your driver's license? Yes, sir, you can go ahead and go, thank you. Do you have a preference on who you want to tow your vehicle?
What's that?
Do you have a preference on who you want to tow your vehicle? It looks like a great vehicle. Just gonna take a look at it.
No. Is it marked?
Yeah.
Huh? Radiator fluid?
No, ma'am, it's yours. It's yours, ma'am.
All right. Okay.
Do you have a preference on who you want to tow your vehicle? You might want to turn it off because it's probably going to heat up pretty quick.
You're
welcome. Yes, ma'am. You're definitely going to have to be towed because it busted your radiator. Yes, ma'am. It busted your radiator. You're going to have to be towed to the drive. Do you have a preference? Your insurance will cover no matter who tows your engine. Shepherdstown, no ma'am. Not you'll overheat your engine because all the fluid that cools your vehicle is now here. So.
Okay. Fair enough. I'll decide myself.
Okay. How it typically works, just to let you know, is if you want your vehicle towed back to your house, then you can pay the tow company and they'll tow it back to your house.
Yes, that would be
okay.
fine.
So you want me to just call next in line? And
I tell you what, Les's, Tony.
Okay, I'll contact them and get them to come out, and then that way, if you want to pay them to take it home, they can just drive you to your house and take your vehicle. Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'll be back in just a second.
I am so sorry.
Yes, ma'am. All right, so you have your information. Okay. Nope, right here's all I need, and I'm gonna go get a statement form, and I'll be back and give that to you to fill out. Okay. All right. Thanks. Go ahead and start Les's owner's request for that vehicle. It's going to be a gray in color Ford break.
Copy request.
Good. That's okay. Oh, I guess I could do it right. If I could, you need to make a statement for me and just sign and date it there. Go ahead. And I want to need you to do the same thing, ma'am, and take your driver's license, please.
You may. I'm beside myself. Okay.
Good. Simple. If you could let Leslie know that there's the radiator was busted, there is some fluid out there on the ground. Stand pretty much might have to see if you can bring one up. All right. There you go. Thank you.
Oh, you're quite welcome. I'm so sorry.
I just came to the stop sign, felt it banging back on the line.
If you could, can you sign and date it right down for me, please?
And what else, right?
That's absolutely fine. Just the basics of what happened is what I need.
Your incident has been updated.
The 4th.
New message. Your incident has been updated.
Thank you. All right, so I'll be back up with you in just a minute. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I'll help you with your statement here just as soon as I get all this paperwork written up. We'll take care of that, okay?
All right.
That's pretty quick. Yeah, but they're really usually pretty quick. Sir, if you want to have him move his truck and go around the corner, however you need to do it's up to you. But basically, his bumper hitch ran through her radiator on the lower end. I think she's going to have you towed back to her house over there on Shepherd Gray Drive
at the McDonald's next to 12.
So you guys sit there and get all the grass cleaned up? I mean,
Perfect, any care county unit available.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I mean, that's fine.
14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634. 14634.
Law Enforcement Live is filmed live with the men and women of law enforcement. All participants in tonight's show are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
The Martinsburg Bulldog football team is holding their first annual mattress sale fundraiser. That's right, if you're thinking of buying a mattress, pillows, sheets, or even a luxury massage chair, wait until Sunday, September 29th. Mattress prices range from $199 to $5,900. 25 name brand mattresses, delivery and pickup options available. Again, it's Sunday, September 29th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Martinsburg High School Gymnasium.
Hi, this is Eric from Hagerstown Ford. I keep telling you that Hagerstown Ford has completely changed the car buying experience forever. And with a return policy easier than Walmart, Hagerstown Ford has a goal to deliver 350 cars and trucks per month. And when I say deliver, I mean deliver to you, where you are, just like Amazon does. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. The only way Hagerstown Ford can accomplish this extremely aggressive goal is to make the car buying process fast and easy. We simply refuse to play the dumb back and forth games that most dealerships want to play. There's absolutely no reason for you to waste your precious time at a car dealership. I assure you, there is no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. that can beat our price. There's no dealership that will allow you to return your new car if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely has the best price, and we'll bring the car to you. And if you don't want it, return it, period. No questions asked. There's no reason to buy anywhere else. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience and get your new ride delivered to you.
Contact dealer for details.
Let's talk trash, because when it comes to trash, you have options. Panhandle Dumpsters is a local family-owned garbage hauling company serving both residential and commercial customers with weekly trash pickup, dumpster service, yard waste pickup, and bulk pickups too. Panhandle Dumpsters will give you a free trash can and provide curbside service for just $23 a month. Panhandle Dumpsters features a fleet of quieter, eco-friendly garbage trucks, thereby reducing the noise usually associated with pickup. Switch now and save up to 30%. Call 833-DUMP-STR, panhandledumpsters.com.
If you're not progressing in healthcare, you're falling behind.
WVU Medicine has planted itself here, and they're the first university that I've found who wants to take ownership of this population of Western Maryland, Southern Pennsylvania, Eastern Ohio, and the good people of West Virginia. And it's really refreshing to see.
I was able to do things that the patients were going away for, which is good for the patients, and it's good for us because we have more resources.
Certainly has helped take us to another level.
When you do the same thing for 135 years, you learn to do it well. For 135 years, we've been helping families through the hardest times of their lives. That's because we're a family as well. When your family loses a loved one, we're here to help. We're Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson. We're here when you need us.
Or Sergeant Christian, if you will, tell us what that, give us a summary of that vehicle accident, if you would.
The gentleman came to a stop at the stop sign in order to make a turn. The lady who was traveling behind him didn't stop in time and hit him from the rear. She was subsequently charged at being at fault in the accident because it's the duty of the driver to maintain control of their vehicle and be able to have enough space and operate at a speed to be able to stop. There was no injuries in the accident, and her vehicle sustained the most damage, which was the punctured radiator due to the hitch on his truck. 112 Berkeley. Les's has the vehicle. If you could note on the CAD, it's going to be towed back to her residence. Break.
Go ahead.
It's going to be 1098 Sierra Port. You asked me the question earlier about the things that I've seen change over the years. The technology in the vehicles has came leaps and bounds from when I first started, whereas just as the tablet that's in my car now, where I can bring up a mapping system that will give me direction to a call if I don't know where it's at. I can view information on the CAD, whereas before the dispatcher and I would have had to have communicated a lot of information based on radio traffic, which ties up the radio because only one person at a time can be on it. Whereas now I can simply hit the call and I can hit the drop-down boxes and I can pull the information that I need from the CAD system as opposed to asking the dispatcher.
Available for a suspicious person complaint. Male looking in the windows of houses at Amherst Lane and TJ Jackson Drive.
112 Berkeley, go ahead.
112, we have a suspicious person complaint of a male looking into houses at Amherst Lane and TJ Jackson Drive. Right?
Good.
The male is now walking from Stanford, now on the second house on the left, wearing the white male wearing tan pants in his 20s.
Incident assigned. Proceed to route.
Temple, 1076.
Updated. Your incident has been updated.
There was a child left in a vehicle.
Your incident
It's right in front of the Michael's Craft Store and the handicapped parking spot. It's going to be a grayish-blue Kia.
When you hear the system talk and say my incident's been updated, that means that dispatch has put something else into the CAD and it automatically refreshes to my tablet as they type. 112 Berkeley.
112, go ahead.
Your incident.
I'm getting ready to turn on TJ Jackson. You have an updated location.
Stand by just a minute. He was last seen in the area of Sanford and Jamestown.
In case the camera wasn't able to pick up the call, can you tell us what you're responding to?
We're responding to a suspicious person. It's described as a white male wearing tan pants, approximately in his 20s. He was alleged to be looking into windows of houses. The last update on here stated that they just think it's suspicious that the way he's looking at houses.
Back in the day, Crime Stoppers, Neighborhood Watch used to be huge. Is it as big anymore, or have the communities just gotten so big and they're going different ways they don't have it much?
Well, we actually have a Neighborhood Watch representative is assigned to every shift in the department. They do go out and conduct meetings and meet with homeowners associations and things. I believe when we're talking about advancements in technology, one of the biggest things that I've seen in my career is with the social media, Twitter, Facebook, other kinds of applications. Homeowners associations have almost instantaneous communication with the people, the residents in their developments. So in this case, some of the more proactive homeowners associations, they'll put on their Facebook what they're calling into us, and then other residents will be able to look and see the description and that sort of thing, and be able to look out for persons who are like that. Hi, do you have somebody with you here walking around and wearing tan pants, a young man?
Yeah.
Okay. What, you guys are with ADT?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because he was called in as a suspicious person because he was walking up to people's houses, I guess, to the doors and things. So I'll just drive around and make contact with him. So no big deal. I just wanted to see. Thank you.
Yeah, no. Thanks for the heads up.
Yep.
I'm waiting right now.
Okay, apparently he's up here at Jamestown and Stanford. So, all right. 112 Berkeley.
good.
You got an updated location. You advised last time Jamestown and Stanford.
That's affirmative. That's the last location we had for that man.
10-4. Be advised, I made contact with a female. They're ADT representatives in the neighborhood that sell alarms. I'll continue to look for the subject.
Copy with 12.
How you doing, sir?
Called it in.
Okay.
Right down on the street.
Yeah, they're ADT salesmen. I just spoke with the girl back there, and she has her ADT ID and stuff.
Yeah,
but I'll go
he's
make.
wearing a blue shirt. He's down about 6 houses on the right.
Yep, I'll go make contact with him and verify who he is.
I walked right down there, and you stand at that corner. As soon as I got to in front of this last house before the street ended,
All right,
ended
sir.
up taking off down here.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
Your incident has been updated.
112 Brooklyn, tonight's here.
So are these legal age adults that they're using, or are they juveniles?
Generally, they're college students who make extra money. There he is now, going door to door selling alarm systems. I know ADT, Vivint. There are several different companies that
Any state or county unit available for domestic in progress at 75,
younger adults
75
like this.
Drive,
So.
apartment 101, off of Edward Miller Boulevard.
Hey, bud.
Any state or county unit available for domestic in progress 75, 75 Jimmy's Drive, apartment 101.
We got a call about you being in development people's houses and stuff. So you're with ADT.
Yes, sir.
You have your ADT ID with you. I can just verify.
I was just started yesterday.
Oh, I understand.
So, obviously, I have my ADT ID, like I don't have my company badge yet.
Okay, you have your driver's license?
I did.
Okay. I spoke with the young lady down here. She said you were with her. She's actually down here waiting on you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know where she was at.
Yeah, she's down Jamestown, about 2 streets down.
Oh, okay. When I was on that road and I came around, took a right. I texted my manager. I'm like, I don't know where my partner was.
Yeah, she's right down there.
Okay. They've been with the company a little bit longer than I have, so hopefully they're able to vouch for me.
Yep, she told me who you were.
Okay.
There's your ID back. Said your partner's right up here around the corner if you go up into the road and make a right.
Okay.
I'm not sure about this development, but if you look at the beginning of the street, some of them have no soliciting signs, so just be aware of that.
I did not see any of that. And
Okay.
As far as I know, we did not need a permit for this area.
Nope. Just be as you move around from development to development.
Keep an
Usually,
eye on
as you
that,
come in on the main sign at the front, it'll have a no soliciting sign in there, so just to make you aware of it. Okay.
Cool. Yeah, I've been doing this for 8 years, so I kind of know a little bit, but I'm not familiar with West Virginia. So.
Okay, sir. You have a good day.
I appreciate you. Have a safe night.
And you need. Verify the subject's ID and his company. I'm going to be 1098 in their report. Berkeley, if you could, let me know when the call's cleared so I can try to log back into CAD.
Copy, 112.
Continue until dark since we're not in a no soliciting area. We do not.
As far as I know, you're not in violation of any laws, so I mean, you're fine doing what you're doing. I just need to verify who you were.
Cool.
All right. Yep. You too.
Birthday 133.
What's that?
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's no big deal. It happens all the time. I mean, all summer long as different organizations are in developments. We do this all summer, so.
Yeah, and I just had 2 people walk up to me. You're really not supposed to be soliciting, right?
I don't know. I didn't see any signs, so.
We're good. We're allowed to be in this little area.
Unless there's a sign or something that I didn't see, but they might be able to tell you, to point out to you where it might be, so you can go take a look at it. Okay. All right, y'all have a good night.
I appreciate your patience.
Yes, sir. Or yes, ma'am. That's actually kind of I guess, a common thing with a lot of people whenever we come into subdivisions and things like this. They expect us to enforce their homeowners covenants, and we can't do that. That's a civil issue. It's not a violation of criminal law. So.
Medic 33. Are you clear for patient estimation?
I've been called to subdivisions because people have something in their yard that's, you know, against the homeowner's covenants. And, you know, we just have to simply explain to them that that's not something we can intervene with, that they have to take that through civil court.
Callers requesting to go to the guard gate. Patient will be at bay.
On a side note, I'm not making you sick back there with my driving, am I?
No.
Okay.
Law Enforcement Live is filmed live with the men and women of law enforcement. All participants in tonight's show are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
The Martinsburg Bulldog football team is holding their first annual mattress sale fundraiser. That's right, if you're thinking of buying a mattress, pillows, sheets, or even a luxury massage chair, wait until Sunday, September 29th. Mattress prices range from $199 to $5,900. 25 name brand mattresses, delivery and pickup options available. Again, it's Sunday, September 29th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Martinsburg High School Gymnasium.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
If you're not progressing in healthcare, you're falling behind.
WU Medicine has planted itself here, and they're the first university that I've found who wants to take ownership of this population, of Western Maryland, Southern Pennsylvania, Eastern Ohio, and the good people of West Virginia. And it's really refreshing to see.
I was able to do things that the patients were going away for, which is good for the patients, and it's good for us because we have more resources.
Certainly has helped take us to another level.
Let's talk trash, because when it comes to trash, you have options. Panhandle Dumpsters is a local family-owned garbage hauling company serving both residential and commercial customers with weekly trash pickup, dumpster service, yard waste pickup, and bulk pickups too. Panhandle Dumpsters will give you a free trash can and provide curbside service for just $23 a month. Panhandle Dumpsters features a fleet of quieter, eco-friendly garbage trucks, thereby reducing the noise usually associated with pickup. Switch now and save up to 30%. Call 833-DUMP-STR, panhandledumpsters.com.
Law Enforcement Live is filmed live with the men and women of law enforcement. All participants in tonight's show are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Viewer discretion is advised.
As it gets midnight shift, difference between the shifts is kind of your focus is, like right now, evening shifts usually fairly busy, so we spend a lot of time responding to calls, do traffic enforcement between calls and such, but midnight shift to kind of shift gears to a lot of patrolling developments and things like that. And you're looking for people who are out trying to get into cars and those sorts of things.
Do you find breaking and enterings in vehicles, back in the day, that used to be a very popular thing. Mm-hmm. Is it still popular? Or not as much?
No, it goes in cycles. Here recently we had 3 people that we actually caught and subsequently are being charged for it, but we had they don't really so much break, they don't shatter windows or anything like that, but they'll go around and they just try the door handles, and if they can get in, then they get in, rifle through the cars and get what they can.
Target of opportunity.
Yes. So the biggest thing is keeping your car doors locked even when you're at home. is a huge deterrent, because they don't want to make noise, so they just try the door. If they can't get in, then they move on to the next one. But during commuting hours, we end up with a lot of minor traffic accidents and fender benders. So we take several of those throughout the evening until later in the evenings, toward the hours now where more of the commuters have gotten home.
Very good. Earlier you were talking about having to do paperwork. Is there any particular time you try to go in to do your paperwork?
With the way our shifts are structured right now, we work 10-hour days. First half hour of your shift is shift briefing, where supervisors, we hand out civil process if there's civil process to be served, and put out any pertinent information such as officer safety bolos or issues. Then generally, depending on which shift, like right now we're on evening shift, so at 3:30 we started taking calls. We came out at 3, and then tonight at 11:30 the midnight shift will start taking calls, and then we will have from 11:30 until 1 o'clock to try to do our paperwork and get caught up on our reports.
Now, you mentioned the folks that are assigned to your shift earlier. Is there a K-9 assigned to your shift?
Yes, Lieutenant Heckman is our K-9 officer who's on our shift.
Okay. And by knowing him, he's, I think this may be his second or third K-9 that he's had, and his K-9s have been very impressive in the past, I can tell you.
Yeah, this is his second K-9.
Second, okay.
Come here, welfare check here. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, L. Miller. Male slouched over in a long chair.
I didn't catch everything you said.
Yep, you're good.
Turned on a vehicle up here that's got a defective equipment. They have a headlight that's out.
Okay.
I
112, go ahead.
Hedgesville Road, 9 West Hair Salon, West Virginia, November, Victor Mike, 926, NBM 926, break.
Copy, 112, go ahead.
I'm sorry, Christopher Sheriff, I'll tell you all this. The reason I stopped you is you have a headlight out. I don't know if you're aware of that or not. Well, I just wanted to make you aware of it. You have your license, registration, proof of insurance? Playing possum on me, all right. Third floor, 27 West Virginia. Tambourine, distributors, reference, tattoos, anything like that. Do they match?
Your incident has been updated. Your incident has been updated.
Yes, 6915.
your driver's license back? Never lived in Colorado, have you?
Yeah, that was my brother. He actually got arrested.
I was going to ask if you had a twin brother.
Yeah, he got arrested. They just released him the other day because they're not sure if Colorado's going to come down to pursue the charges.
So he was arrested here locally on it?
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to ask if you had a twin because same date of birth. Good. And the social security number being one number off, typically it's twins because they issue them at the same time. So, all right, sir. Well, thank you very much. Yep. Y'all have a good evening. Drive safe. Just if you actually go by AutoZone or somewhere, they'll probably help you put your headlight in. Gotta do what you gotta do. I understand. Well, y'all have a good night. 112 Berkeley.
112, guys.
You're going to be 10-8 clear and brake.
Yeah, it's 112.
The subject on that 29's the brother of this subject. They're twins. I did verify it's not the same person. Be clear warning for defective equipment. Well, in this instance, she's aware of her headlight. She actually has the bulbs in the car to fix it. She just can't do it herself. So she's going to take it to get it repaired. The gentleman who was in the vehicle with her came back showing as wanted. The person who was wanted has the same date of birth. Their social security number is one number different. In my experience, usually when that happens is someone has a twin. And I did inquire from him if he had a twin brother. He advised he did, and that he had already been arrested for his warrant out of Colorado, which is where that was from. But there are differences in them. Their hair color is different, their eye color is different, their heights are different. And by the ID I had, and then my physical observations of him, I could, denote that it was not the same person. So while you can change your hair and your eye color, your height and weight are generally what they are. So, but in this case, he was not the wanted subject, so they were turned loose to go on their way.
Very good. Are you on your way to a call?
No, sir. I'm observing the vehicle in front of us.
Okay.
I'm observing his driving pattern. He shaded the yellow line there, and then a couple times he's kind of not maintained a steady position within the lane. So I'm just seeing his behaviors, and if it's something that I feel that I should stop him for to see if he possibly is intoxicated, or in some cases there are medical emergencies.
Dude.
We are both off the hook though.
The reason I stopped you is broke over the center line 3 times on me, and you're kind of shading that outside white line. I want to make sure you're okay. Coming from work? Okay, I was going to say, I don't smell any alcohol. It doesn't seem like you've been drinking or anything tonight. You have your proof insurance on you, sir? Alright. Alright. You messing with something in the car, or?
No.
Oh, okay. Alright, then I'll back with you in a second. I'm going to make sure all your stuff's valid, okay?
Law Enforcement Live is filmed live with the men and women of law enforcement. All participants in tonight's show are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.